Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Learning YouTube channel. I am Rajesh MP. Today I am going to take you to CBSE Class 10 History Chapter 4. This video is the second part of Age of Industrialization. Before going on to the video, let me remind you to subscribe my channel if you have not yet subscribed it. Press the bell icon also to get the notification of all my videos. Kindly watch the video till the very end and leave your valuable comments on the comment box. As you all know, the previous questions and its answers are being dealt in this video in a very simple way. We can move on to the first question of this video. What are the important peculiarities of industrial growth? That's the first question of this video. European managing agencies which dominated industrial production in India were interested in certain kinds of products. That is, we are dealing with the case of 19th century especially. As we all know, India was under the British control in the 18th and 19th century up to 1947. So, industrialization was launched in India by the British imperial powers. They never tried to develop India for its own sake, but for their sake only. So they concentrated only on certain kinds of products, that means the products which were of huge demand in England particularly and in Europe as a whole. They established tea and coffee plantations, acquiring land at cheap rates from the colonial government, and they invested in mining indigo and jute. When the businessmen of India began setting up industries in the late 19th century, they avoided competing with the Manchester goods in Indian market. That means Manchester was the most important or the most developed city in Europe and in the world in the 19th century. As you all know, it belongs to England, and the Indian businessmen, who were certainly big shots of Indian society at that time, they set up industries, especially in a few trades, that is in the late part of the 19th century, and they tried to avoid competing with the Manchester products which were dumped or rather pumped into the Indian market by the British imperial masters. While factory industries grew steadily after the war, large industries formed only a small segment of the economy. That is, even though factory system of industrialization began to grow steadily after the First World War in India, the large-scale industries formed only a minor or a mere segment of the Indian economy. That means small-scale industries predominated the industrial sector, and only 5 of them were in registered areas. That is, in fact, handicraft production actually expanded into a very large industry in the 20th century. The mills, that means the mills established by the Indian businessmen, could not imitate specialized weaves. Saris with woven borders or the famous lungis and handkerchiefs of Madras could not be easily displaced by the mill production. Now we are moving on to the second question of this video, that is, explain the growth of markets during the post-industrial age, that is in the second half of the 20th century. When new products are produced, people have to be persuaded to buy them. They have to feel like using these products. One way in which new consumers are created is through advertisements. Advertisements make products appear desirable and necessary. They try to shape the minds of the people and create new needs. From the beginning of the industrial age, advertisements have played a part in expanding the markets for products and in shaping a new consumer culture. Labels of different types began to be used in almost all the projects or the products. By the late 19th century, manufacturers were printing calendars to popularize their products. These calendars included images of deities, of royal blood, and other respectable personalities of our country. Unlike newspapers and magazines, calendars had an advantage because they were used even by the people who could not read or who were illiterate. The images of gods, figures, etc. adorned advertisements and calendars. They derived the message that when the product was being used by the kings, gods, etc., their quality cannot be questioned. So this is the early stage of advertisement in promoting products. That's the case in India and also the whole world. Thus, we have come to the end of this video. Thank you all for watching my video.